Cheers to you.
Thank you.
Nice to be sitting down with you in Austin,
very
Texas. And Indycar Classic is coming to Austin, Texas. This is exciting.
It is, yeah. You know, COTA is, in this country for sure, is one of the nicest circuits that we have. It's a unique track in the sense that it has a lot of elevation. You go up into turn ones, like super high up. That's hard for a driver because you can't see, right? It's pretty blind, particularly in an IndyCar. You know, your head's about, I don't know, 30 inches off the ground, if that, so pretty low. A lot of guys that are pretty excited to go roaring into turn one. Hopefully they don't hit each other.
If someone's new to IndyCar, what can they expect?
The biggest difference is in IndyCar racing is the access that fans can get. You can get down right next to the drivers, meet everybody. If you have questions, if you want to see the cars up close. You know, our sport is like being able to go down on the field with Coach Herman and, you know, and be right a part of a football game. The racing will be better. We can race closer wheel to wheel. There's a little less technology in our sport. There's still a lot, but not as much as Formula One. And I think that people will really enjoy that.
What do fans say when they get to interact with you?
Well, we get a lot of questions. I mean, some of the questions we don't really need to go into. You sign a lot of body parts, things you don't need to sign either. Nothing in their minds, there's nothing that's off limits, for sure.
Speaking of one of your biggest fans, I heard that your mom is excited about this race because it's in Austin.
It is, yeah. She goes to a lot of races, you know, but maybe when we go to like Newton, Iowa, she's probably not gonna like rush out the door.
But we're sending you love, Newton, Iowa.
And if you've been to Newton, Iowa, it's not bad. It's just a lot of corn. And for us, you know, family members, you know, people that go to racetracks all over the world, all over this country, I think a lot of people are excited to come to COTA.
So when did you get into this sport?
So, you know, my dad was in IndyCar racing, so for me, this was a lifelong, not necessarily a plan. I mean, in fact, if anything, Dad tried to get me to not race for a long time. But my first, you know, love was cars, and, you know, my dream was to drive Indy cars. I was lucky it worked out.
Yeah, and you were one of the youngest people ever to win a race in 2008 when you were just, what, 19?
I was 19, yeah.
How did that feel?
It was awesome, but it took like forever after that to win my second. To win at 19 years old, it was actually my first IndyCar race in St. Pete. To win there, it still holds a obviously really special place in my heart. That record still stands, and I don't think that anybody can beat it this year.
We'll just
I certainly hope it stands for a while.
Yeah. Do you remember when you first got in a car and got behind the wheel to race?
I started racing go-karts when I was 10. First time I drove a street car, I was 11. 14, started to race open wheel cars. So this has been a long time coming. This is my 13th year in IndyCar racing, which is way longer of a career than I could have ever imagined or hoped for. But, you know, I'm only 30 now, so I hope that there's another 10 or whatever years to go.
What is it that you love about it?
Competition. That competitive spirit is what fuels you. It's a special feeling, particularly when you come out on top, and I just love that.
What are some of the speeds you are driving?
Here, I would expect speeds close to 200 miles an hour on the back straightaway. But at a place like Indianapolis, which is the Indy 500 is our biggest race, you'd go 240, you know, so.
Casual.
But remember, it's not like going 240 like on the freeway, right?
I don't know, you're going 240 miles per hour.
These cars are built to go fast. Trust me, like 100, 120, it feels slow in an Indy car.
We'll see about that.
Certainly doesn't.
Yes.
Well, you know, we do have two-seater rides, so maybe you have to come out and get a little scare for yourself.
Yeah, let me think about that. But I love watching y'all and rooting you on. How do you mentally prepare for something like that?
Experience, I think. You know, your first couple of years, you never really feel comfortable. You never know exactly what's going to happen. It's just like doing your job, you know. The first time you're going to be nervous, and then a couple years on, you're kind of used to what it's all about. And,
nervous and terrible. I've burned all those reels.
Well, that's
from the first few years.
Yeah, that's how it is for us, you know. First time you drive the Indy 500, you're shaking. By year 10, you're still nervous, but you're not shaking. You know, it's like more, you just kind of know what to expect.
Well, what advice did you get from your pops?
His whole thing was, I don't care what you do, as long as you enjoy it. As long as it's something you're passionate about. And in fact, none of my siblings are involved in racing except for me. This was all I ever wanted to do.
But what a great environment to grow up in, because then you found it on your own and it's truly your passion. Also, I didn't know you were going to come like decked out in uniform today.
Well, yeah, sorry. Like, the monkey suit, you know?
A full-on driver. What's that suit like?
It's a little warm now because I've had it on a while, but
I mean, it's pretty snazzy.
I don't normally wear a race suit, but I always have a shirt that looks just like this.
Best of luck to you. Thank you so much for this time.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you.
Cheers. And I'll consider that 2-seat ride.
You need to do it. Just maybe have like one of these.
Give me this and then I'll get in the car.
It'll calm the nerves.